Morning, everyone. It is great to be here at the Calgary Cancer Centre on a beautiful Alberta day. I'd like to thank Minister Prasad Panda, Minister for Infrastructure, and Minister of Health, Jason Copping, for being with me here, as well as Heather Colbert, who is co-chair of the Calgary Cancer Centre campaign. And we have representatives here from Infrastructure Alberta and PCL, the main contractor on this fantastic life-saving project. And I should thank our infrastructure minister, Prasad Panda, because of the 80 million that they've raised, he's responsible for 80,000 of that, which he raised by shaving his ugly mustache last year. So well done, Prasad. And he's now committed to do the same thing next year for the new neonatal center here in Calgary. So that's really giving back. We appreciate it, Prasad.
Thank you, Premier. Good morning, everyone. This is a very significant day for Calgarians, Southern Albertans, cancer patients, their families and loved ones. And of course, for all of us who have lost loved ones to cancer, this project has all that much more meaning. I lost my mother and my oldest sister to cancer, and imagine that many in this room have experienced similar pain. Anyway, as the Premier has said, the $1.4 billion Calgary Cancer Centre project is 90% complete. In spite of COVID-19, our dedicated workforce has persevered, and this project continues to be on schedule and on budget. This is such an incredible accomplishment given the challenges that the construction sector has had to deal with. As Premier said, Alberta is the only province, actually, we kept the construction going safely during the pandemic, and that's mostly thanks to the skilled trades and the contractors in Alberta. Both additional health and safety measures on site and global supply chain issues have no doubt impacted the workforce here, making today's news even more impressive. Over the last year, I must admit being dismayed that the media has been missing the forest for the trees when it comes to this project. Every time someone would come down with COVID on site, a flurry of media inquiries would hit my office. And the real story here is thousands and thousands of people working on site every day and putting food on the tables of their families. And the real story here is that the contractor has met all the challenges of the pandemic head on and kept the project on time and on budget. And the real story here is that the world-class facility will serve Southern Alberta for generations. But while this milestone is a great achievement, I must emphasize that there is still a lot of work to do. Over the next year, work will continue throughout this very large project that covers over 2 million square feet of space with 13 above ground floors and 5 levels of underground parking. In fact, initially we planned to attain LEED silver for this facility, but now I am pleased to say that we are on track to attain gold instead of silver for this facility. That's the LEED certification for those who care about sustainability. And presently, we are on schedule to complete the construction, as Premier said, in the fall of 2022. But I just want to caution there are still supply chain issues we are dealing with. On that day, when we complete this, we will all be here to officially announce that the construction has been completed on budget and schedule, and that the project will be handed over to our partners at Alberta Health Services. And I know Minister Copping is counting down the days, as not only is the Minister of Health, but this project is in his riding. And I must share with you that as a local MLA, Minister Copping has been pressing me hard for the last couple of years with his strong advocacy. I should mention that there is a cogen project happening on this Foothills campus. There is a cyclotron and there is a neonatal facility. And also in his riding at the University of Calgary, we're doing a few other projects. So he's a very strong advocate. And also because of all my colleagues like Minister Copping, Calgary Caucus, they have been working hard on behalf of their constituents. So we are building so many schools and other infrastructure projects transportation projects in Calgary. And since the start of construction of this project in the fall of 2017, the Calgary Cancer Center project has been a major economic generator and a beacon of hope in Calgary. The Calgary Cancer Center project is a significant part of Alberta's recovery plan. And when I arrived this morning and I saw the activity that was taking place on the site, it occurred to me that I was seeing the Alberta recovery plan in real time. Of course, construction projects are taking place right across the province, but there is something special about the Calgary Cancer Center, which is the largest in Canada and most high profile of all the projects that I oversee at Alberta Infrastructure. But indeed, across the province, Albertans are benefiting from good paying jobs, investment in our communities, and the benefits of Alberta Recovery Plan. On this project alone, though as of October, we have tallied 7 million hours of work for Albertans. Each day, 7 days a week, we have about 900 workers on site, installing the wiring and lighting, building the walls, floors, and ceilings, checking the various systems to ensure they are operating, making this modern-day marvel come to life. Projects like Calgary Cancer Center project protect the livelihoods of tradespeople and others employed in the construction industry. And I'm also pleased that just this week, my bill, the Alberta Infrastructure Accountability Act, passed in the legislature. This bill sets criteria by which large capital projects like Calgary Cancer will be evaluated. We're making sure that Alberta's government is building the right projects for the right reasons. We're also making sure that the projects like these are not just evaluated by their initial sticker price, but the politicians are looking at the total full cost of the project over the decades it will serve Albertans. So again, I would like to thank the contractors, tradespeople, and all those who have worked so hard to get this project completed. The challenge is to keep up the good work. While achieving 90% of the construction being completed is a great milestone, there is still so much more to do over the next year. Currently, we are nearing the completion on the outside of the building, and exterior landscaping has started on paths, driveways, drainage systems, decking, and steps. Most of the systems like mechanical and electrical systems, heating and air conditioning and electricity have been installed and are being tested to ensure that they are functioning as they should. Installation of flooring, walls, and ceiling are well underway. On the lower and the middle floors, cleaning and inspection have started, and some of the workstations, furniture, and equipment have been installed. In the next 6 months to a year, the focus will include construction commissioning activities, touch-ups, and inspections. Testing will start to ensure that all systems are operating properly. Building an extremely large and highly technical project like a state-of-the-art cancer center is always a challenge. I want to stress that while the job is important, the safety of workers is the top priority on all of our project sites. To keep workers safe and job sites open, the Government of Alberta, in conjunction with the public health officials and the construction industry, has and continues to work together to put into place safety protocols and carefully monitor work sites. And for that, I would like to thank contractors like PCL, Dialogue, Stantec, Arup Canada, and everyone else involved, including our Alberta Health Services and others, having kept this work safely continued. And when completed, the Calgary Cancer Center will be the home to the best comprehensive integrated care for cancer patients and families in Calgary and Southern Alberta. As this project enters the final year of construction, I'll continue to monitor the development of this important project very closely. We can assure you that we'll do everything we can to make sure that we keep this project on time and on budget. I look forward to the day when we celebrate the handover of this new facility to our partners at Alberta Health Services. With that, I would like to thank all of you for taking time to join us today, and I would invite my colleague and local MLA and Minister of Health, Minister Copping, to come and share his comments. Thank you.
For Infrastructure Minister Prasad Panda. So, hello, Minister Panda. My name is Daniel Barco Tremblay from St. News File here in Calgary. So, I just have a couple questions for you. The first question I have is throughout your speech there, you said that you were touching the I guess on topic of the percentage of the construction or whatever, but what is the percentage of construction and what is the percentage of the completion of the project here in the building that we're standing in right now?
Thank you for that question. In fact, we get rarely any questions because although media get to talk to Premier and Health Minister every single day, but I'm glad to answer your question. So the project is 90% complete, give or take. And the remaining 10% is on track. You might wonder why would it take for the remaining 10% another year or so. It's mainly because the devils are in detail. So the last 10% is mostly to connect that instrumentation and sophisticated electronic equipment and make the systems to speak to each other. It's amazing during the construction when me and Mr. Copping toured and we looked at all that equipment behind the walls. It's all that wiring and it's amazing. So those are the things we are trying to finish in the last 10%. And also we had to install the equipment and furniture and commission that and all the last minute cleanups because this is a very important cancer facility. The cleanup takes a lot of time because there are multiple levels of cleanup and the hygienity standards. So that's why we don't want to, at the last minute, we don't want any missteps. So we're doing everything, but at the same time, I'm asking Minister Copping to involve AHS partners to speed up that final commissioning as well.
Okay, that's awesome. And the final question I have here is speaking of the supply chain that you mentioned earlier, what's happening to alleviate the supply chain problems?
So luckily, thanks to the proactive actions taken by Alberta Infrastructure, our contractor, PCL, and also Alberta Health Services in collaboration, we preempted most of the risk in supply chain disruptions because of COVID. A lot of this equipment and furniture and instrumentation stuff are coming from all over the world. We got most of it, but there could be last minute hindrances here and there. We're trying to eliminate that risk, but so far it's under control. We're still tracking on time, and if we are lucky, we should be able to finish it a little bit sooner.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.